and we'll let people matriculate.
Get off my dick. Yes, do it. Let them matriculate, Sean.
Monetization on. I took it off. Let me take it off.
I think it puts it back on every time.
Hang on.
Unfortunately.
Save. There you go. Monetization off.
I think they should monetize us. Give us monies.
Tell them it's no worries.
Today we'll just be like, guys, we're going to start putting out videos again unless you pay us right now.
Cool.
It's the whole, like, tip us and we won't play wagon wheel mentality. Hey, you don't want to hear Freebird? $20 right now. In the bucket. That's what I'm going to start saying when Baxter and I start doing festivals. You guys want to hear Freebird right now? Then you better start throwing some money on the stage, bitches.
You are live.
That's right. That's right. Light it. Can't even find it. I feel like I should be live. Live from Casino Guitars. It's just me. Yeah, you got to get here for the free bonus minutes.
Bonus minutes. We
got Build RV7, our good buddy that we just saw. I didn't even get to talk to you guys at the First Friday thing because the storm rolled in. And then, Mighty Woodrow, the Feel Button, the mayor's here, James is here, Cushman, New York City. We got Frederick Rogers. All the people are here. How's our sound? Sean, are we sounding good?
I think so. I'm going to check it here in a second. I had to do...
Build RV7 says First Friday was amazing, and it was mostly the bubbles. He didn't say that. I added that about the bubbles.
The bubbles are pretty dope.
The bubbles in the video. When someone sent me the first video, I thought that the bubbles were some strange camera effect. I think Baxter did too. And I was like, oh no, those were really there. We were way back from the front of the stage, though, because of the weather. And I think we would have felt the bubbles more. Tom with 2 M's. Jack Stowe is his last Wednesday of summer break. Jack, I feel like Jack never takes a break. He's a man with no breaks.
He's always on, baby.
A man of no breaks.
That sounds good.
Sounds great. Sounds good here.
John Washburn, we're glad you're alive. Oh, no, you are alive. But I'm glad you're alive as well.
I'm going to go wash the dirt off my hands.
Sean's going to go wash his dirty hands. His dirty mitts. Alex, we got everybody. All gas, no brakes. We got all sorts. Listen, we even got a new hat that I might put on at some point. It's not a party till the wieners come out. I know what I'm going to wear when I do the demo, whatever our fun video is of the ketchup hot dogger. This is the hat that's going with it. From our pals from the old West Coast. The old West Coast pals. Alex says his hands are dirty. He's cleaning his guns.
That's cool.
You remember that old god-awful country song? Just cleaning this gun. I mean, like, I like the sentiment about the guy and his daughter's boyfriend comes over and he's like, I'm just sitting here cleaning the gun. It's just a really corny. Could have been executed better. Oh, bring it over. Bring it over. This is probably the best present you're going to receive.
This is a wedding gift from what we've been calling our friends the Californians. San Diegans.
I would say.
Sandbaggins. It's okay. They get the point. Wait for it to pop up. Make sure.
Bam!
Whoa. EC, baby. EC. The man, the myth, the Legion.
Mary G says, I need the soundbite of Johnny singing that line. That's my new text message, Tom. That's great. Yeah.
Just clean.
You got our permission to rip it.
Gun.
Rip it. Just cleaning. Maybe that's why, because I hate that guy's voice. Just cleaning this gun.
I mean, it's a bad sentiment, I think, too. I mean, you know what you can do
No,
besides
I'm fine with
the
the sentiment.
Well, no.
I just tell my little girls, hey, I'll beat your ass, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I will beat your ass.
Just say it. You say it one time. The old boy comes over, and you smile and you wave and you
slap
shake
him
his
around
hand,
a little bit.
and then you bring him in real close and be like, I'll skin you alive. Like, imagine if you heard
Like,
that rather
do
than
you
seeing
know
him
who
clean
I
again.
am? I know.
That would be, I'd be like,
No, listen. This is a true story. This is a true story. I dated this girl. The relationship that I had in high school that was my longest standing.
hell yeah.
You know, like this girl I dated. That I really, I was all obsessed over and stuff. I sort of knew who her parents. I knew her parents and stuff. I go over to their house. He's kind of like your grandpa. Like he goes to hunt in Africa and safaris and
Hell yeah.
Out west and all this stuff. Got bears and stuff, not just deer heads. Like gazelles and blah blah.
You're talking my language.
So he's sitting there and he's got this gun out.
Mm-hmm.
And I myself am a fan of shooting things, so I didn't really think, oh, this guy's intimidating me. I just thought, well, that's cool shit,
Like,
So I'm sitting there, and he's got this gun, and he's like, look at this. He's like, this is one of my favorites, and he gets me to come over there, and it's dark, it's nighttime, and he's got dogs out back. This guy's hunting dogs. He's like, look,
gun in your face.
Well, no, no, but he's like, look out the back window, and so I'm looking through the scope, and it's like the night vision thing. And he's like, you can see the dogs out there at this time, pitch black. And then it kind of started to like sink into me. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. And so I kind of respected it.
So Johnny said, hell yeah, and he pulled the trigger.
It's not loaded, right?
He killed one of their dogs, and the guy cried.
That's not what
Totally backfired.
That was a real story. Also, my god-awful, horrendous car that I was forced to drive by my father broke down that same night. And it was
That
so
always makes
humiliating.
you feel good, right? And you're like, all right, yeah.
No, it's great. It's a great time. It's a core memory now.
It's one of those things where you're like, can I just get this away from their view, like out of the driveway?
Nope, couldn't. Nope. They lived down this like neighborhood that was on the. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad news. Bad news, boys.
It's okay.
Bad news bears.
But it was fine. It was fine. All
I
right.
don't like it.
What are we talking about? The vintage market failing. I'm just kidding. It's not. But that was
Failing.
that was the. I started watching the Dipped in Tone podcast where they said is the vintage market failing.
I mean, how does whenever you say failing, what does that mean? Is it failing us because the prices aren't affordable enough?
Because I can't double my money.
Is it failing because it's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? I find that to be a weird way to say it. I need to watch them talk about it to really maybe soak into what that means.
That's my disclaimer, right? I didn't have a chance to listen to enough to really know exactly what they think. So I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if they... Because, they could put that as a question and then be like, no, absolutely not. So I don't know. Because I don't think it's failing, But I think it's changing.
Well...
And I mean, the used market is definitely down. We had a guy come in yesterday who could not believe what I was offering him for a certain amp. And I was like, look, man, here's the reverb, like... They're selling for like $358,
Well,
so I can't give you $400.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like that's just the deal.
Well, and I mean, to me, it's a weird way to say something like, oh, it's failing. Like the vintage or the used market is failing. I'm kind of like, no, it's just evolving with the economy. I mean, I guess you could be like, the economy's failing, but the only way, like, until we hit a Great Depression low, I'm like, you can't really be like, oh, it's failing. Maybe I'm just, wishful thinking here, but maybe we're on our way to that.
I like what John Washburn says. He says, I had a gun rack with a clock and a shotgun. I would point at the clock and say 10 o'clock and not later.
So, well...
Very generous. 10 o'clock's generous.
No later.
No later.
Zoodalures asked, does my generation value the vintage like the boomers do?
I'm going to tell you right now that there are young people
Yes.
that we talk to all the time. And you might not know they're out there. It might not be the average dude like playing guitar because the average dude doesn't have, $20,000, $30,000. But
they're out there.
They're still dudes that they love John Mayer and they like old things.
Yes. I think there's a lot of that.
And nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's just what it is.
Dude, there's people out there right now, and I don't want to put any names out, but there's guys out there who I kind of want to talk to and be like, look, man.
He's looking at you, Tim Henson. I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately, no. It's not even Tim Henson.
It's not Tim Henson.
It's these guys who have, like, gone about their whole entire guitar career as, like, well, I'll be just like John Mayer. I mean, down to the haircut and glasses and the shirts and the clothing choices and everything. I'm like, and the way that they play, and I'm kind of like, idolization is fine. You have an idol.
And be influenced. Take influence. Like, we're all taking... But I understand what you're saying.
Holy shit, dude. Like...
When I was, like, you're like, actually younger than you, like 20, 21, back then, for me, the people I found like that, it wasn't John Mayer yet because he wasn't out. But
Dave
it was,
Matthews.
Nope.
Really?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh.
I'd meet these guys who were just like,
They got a hat.
not had that, not love Stevie Ray Vaughan, but they were like, if it ain't
They
Stevie,
were
it sucks.
Stevie Ray
You
Vaughan.
know, yeah, and I mean that's all. And honestly, at the time, it kind of turned me off. I was like,
Oh yeah, no, that it continuously
know.
pushes me further away from giving a shit about John Mayer because I'm like, all of you are annoying. I don't understand it.
Sean, just a side note.
Go for it.
Don just texted me. There must be 6K worth of holes we can fill.
oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but maybe
That's
best if you
nice.
did.
So happy. Just working off camera.
We got some holes to fill
Some
here
holes,
at the casino.
a lot apparently.
Oh, it makes me happy.
Dude, Jack says, have you played or even seen any of those crazy vintage-looking Supro amps? Like, you mean the actual vintage ones?
Vintage ones.
Old Supros are cool,
Yeah.
but they're odd as well. Like, you got to mess with them. You know what I mean? You have to have them, like, you know, sometimes sort of fixed up. But I think they have an awesome sound. I'm super interested in that new, and you know, it's like the hybrid. Like, it's a tube amp, but it's got all the modeling for all the old vintage Supros. It's called the Airwave.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty dope.
It's out now.
Yeah.
We saw it at NAMM way before it came out.
It sounded
and
pretty
thought,
sick.
wow, that's kind of awesome. And I mean, you get like Joe Perry's old Supro and all that kind of, and obviously the Jimmy Page kind of thing.
Well, Woodrow said he said that's a great topic. When do you stop learning and emulating your heroes and start finding your own voice? I think it's different for everybody. I think me and I got a friend right now, David. He loves David Gilmour. Funny enough, David and David. But
There's no accounting for taste.
we
I'm
had a
just
whole conversation about
Yeah.
your voice and how to establish your voice and how you start to just make choices on your own. And I feel like it's all about mindset. You know, what's important to you? Is it important to have like a soul within your own fingers and play with your own kind of voice, right? I think the highest compliments I've ever gotten have always been, you make a guitar talk, right? If you are working towards that, I think you start to shed the weight of, oh, well, Stevie Ray Vaughan does this. Oh, well, John Mayer does that. Or whoever your guitar hero is. You start to kind of go, yeah, but they did that. And you let go. You know? It's like you playing a 335 is not solely based in some loser who barely knows the pentatonic.
Oh, no,
you know what I mean?
No, it is.
It
is. Nice. Don't you talk about Warren Haynes that way. No, I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Obviously, I love Warren Haynes. There was no disrespect intended.
But, you know, like, the rubber has to hit the road at some point.
Yeah,
because,
no, that's right.
Listen,
That's
and if
right.
you want to be in a tribute act, do it, dude. That's why tribute bands exist. You can go and be John Mayer. But personally, for me, at 27, if I just started emulating my heroes, like if I was like, oh,
We've not seen that yet. A John Mayer tribute act. Like where they do like the first half is like, you know, room for squares, and they do continuum, and then they do a trio. Like, God, one take that idea.
There's some boys out there right now. They walked out of their house this morning and they said, my whole life is the tribute act.
Listen,
Watch this.
I've got maybe a sort of a hot take, an insight on this, right?
Yeah.
So there was a time and a place where everyone learned sitting in front of a record player, moving the needle back, trying to slow it down, right? And trying to figure out what was being played.
I know. Yes.
And then there was a time, and then like for me, I was listening to tapes and CDs doing that shit, you know, and there was no YouTube, you know, and there was no, and so like,
there was no massive tab book that had all the answers.
well, I didn't set out to say, let me do this my way and have my own influence. I just was trying to learn it the best I could, and then what happened, I had a way that I ended up doing it that became my style. And I think that sometimes, as amazing as YouTube and being able to see every little nuance of every little thing that's ever been played is great, it also takes away from that process where you find your voice a little bit. Because all the players that we love that are the icons sat there with the record and the moving the needle, and then like I tried to do it the way, but I guarantee you that's what made their style. That's what made all the blues guys styles, because they were listening to whoever, and they were like, well, best I can do is this thing, and that's you know, I just think that's a.
We talked about this before because of the way that you play Life in the Fast Lane. So you don't play it the way that I learned it, which was from a video watching Joe Walsh play it and somebody else break it down, right? Yep. You play it in a first position minor pentatonic shape style that whenever I watched you play it, I was like, how are you doing it all in one spot? And you said, oh, well, I just learned how to play it here. I know you know how to play both ways.
I've seen the video. I know how he does it, but that's how I just learned it by ear.
You would
know?
not be able to sonically really tell much of a difference. You know,
No, that's
but-
why I still do it my way because it's the same exact notes. I mean,
Well,
they're just.
And what's kind of cool
I think
about
my way
that
is easier.
is there's
Yeah.
something signature-esque about that regardless, which
Right.
is kind of cool. Like, you
Yeah.
continue to push that ball forward of, who am I as a guitar player, without really thinking about it. So, just don't, I see guys get so caught up on, like whenever you buy all your pedals to basically mimic, you know, John Mayer's chain, and you're like, this is it, this is the sound. It's the sound for John Mayer, dude. I don't know.
I mean,
What do you
know,
do?
and it's a good sound, but yeah,
Throw
dude.
something stupid in there, bro.
Chris Thomas says, and the lead guitarist to church is trying to bring the Mayer feel to church.
Oh,
There's a reason they stoned people in the Bible.
yes. Yes.
I'm just kidding. Only just break all his gear, you know? Break his
What,
gear.
what if
no,
I
I'm
told
I mean,
you
you know.
the sweet Lord above would actually love it if you had great tone?
Burn it with fire. Well, I mean, listen, I'm okay with bringing some like actual gospel feel and actual like soul back because some of the church stuff is like,
Oh God,
Ugh.
dude. Nothing sounds like soul like chorus 3, 2, 1. Like,
the very first Lincoln Brewster album, if you know who that is, if you like the church music, was so amazing and like fresh air and like real music and like choirs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then by the second one, they got to him. And they were like, no. That's not how we do
they
this.
sunk their fingers into his
Like,
skull.
you want to make
and he's
money
like,
and have your own Mexican-made Fender model someday? Then you're going to need to put some more reverb on there.
listen, we'd hate to have to let you go, but we see that you don't have the big sky or the timeline. What do we got going on here?
Basil Tiffany's got a great point.
Yep.
You have to listen to music differently to learn it by ear too. I know every note of Appetite because YouTube didn't exist at the time. Better play. That's such a valid point because I'm guilty of this. I've had to learn stuff for a gig, and I'll sit down and start trying to learn it off some dumb YouTube video before I can just picture it in my head. And if you can't hear it in your head,
It doesn't matter
it's a
how well
losing
you
battle.
get the notes
You know what I
down.
mean?
Yeah.
And that actually
yeah.
takes longer to learn it that way. Like, you know what I mean? If you just get it where you can hear it. You know.
I was teaching that in a lesson last night, and I said, you know, as you're better off listening to the song, look at what the chords are, listen back to it,
Yep.
and then just kind of play within it.
I think Jack said they put out a vintage line, and he sent me a link. Let's see if I got
Vintage
it.
line.
Where'd you send me the link at, Jack? Maybe it just hadn't come through yet. Of the Supro stuff.
Oh,
I think they did. I wasn't sure if that was in the Airwave, the one with the modeling, you know, the two amp with the hybrid thing, or not. But no, I would like to see if there's more vintage stuff. I know, you know, I mean, Supro. Here we go. Across several days. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's what that is. So this is they're not actual amps. It's a suite of captured cabinets that are in, well, I mean, I think you could use the software separately, but it's included with the Supro Airwave. So you're getting all these sort of like, you know, you get a Super, which is a late 50s, early 60s Super 1x8. You get a Comet, the old school 110 Comet from the Chicago 51. You get a Wahoo, which is the old Valco deal that was also Supro owned or whatever. A modded Coronado, a dual tone, which is from the 60s, and a Thunderbolt, all in that pack. So that's what it is. It's part of that Airwave.
Whenever
thing.
we saw it there, he was like, "This is modeled after Jack White's exact Supro," and like he played it, it sounded bad.
Well, what's cool, man, is you could have the actual Super amp that is all tube in the Airwave, just there on stage, hearing that, and have that, you know, like the Thunderbolt or whichever one, or two of them going to front of house, just like if you were running an Ox box or like a Kemper or something.
I do think
Kind of awesome
it's the best version of both worlds that I've seen.
that I've seen too.
Coming
I'd like to
together.
have one just for that, and I bet recording it would probably be amazing too, because you could get the feel when you were playing in the room,
Yeah.
and then you could easily reamp it to any of those sounds or any other sound that you got with a
And
any
I
kind of
think,
capture.
I think it's set up kind of like some of the Universal Audio plugins are through their system, where
Yeah.
if you record something, you can go back, and if you recorded it through
Yeah.
the software, you can tweak it after you've already played it to play around with the tones, which I'm like, That's kind of dope. If you can, if I believe that is the case, where you can go back and modify the EQ and all that stuff.
And it looks like it's kind of like the 2-note stuff, because I think it is 2 notes in it, right?
I believe so.
Because like when I have the Captor X, like, you know, it shows you on screen the amp, the cab's sitting there, and the mic's in front of it, and you can visually see where you're dragging them to, and then hear in real time what the change is. I mean, that's kind of amazing.
It's pretty dope. It gives you the ability to experiment without having to be like, oh, I got this perfect take, but I want to do it again and move this here or there. You can actually kind of play with it.
Having said that, I've had the 2 notes thing, played with the aux box, used the Tone X. I've gotten decent recording sounds with all those things, right? Still, the best I've gotten is Baby M80, a mic a few inches off of it, and a mic across the rim. A la Eddie 9-volt recording.
Edward and his
Secrets.
9-volt baby.
That's the best thing that I personally have recorded so far.
Let's take a little segue here. Eddie 9-volt opening up for ZZ Top
That
at Red
son of a
Rocks.
bitch.
Pretty fucking dope.
Dude, that's
Pretty
amazing. Because and listen, Eddie was in Nashville writing with the dudes from the Ann Arbor record label. He's getting ready to make the new record.
Recording. Like,
And he said his agent calls and says, hey, you guys can play Red Rocks opening for ZZ Top if you can all get there Monday. So they all grab plane tickets. I feel like Eddie's about to, bam!
He's a rock and roll dude.
And he should, because he's kind of amazing.
He is. He is amazing. I think he is he's got soul in every department, and I'm glad to see somebody with soul rising
He's
through
got
the mud,
soul,
baby.
but he's not a soldier.
I want to see him cut through the sludge and get all the way up to the top,
What if
because we
Eddie
need that.
cut through the top? What if we
That'd be
see
awesome.
Eddie singing at the Grammys with Chris Stapleton?
He's got his foot on Teddy Swim's throat.
Oh,
It's just like,
what's that guy? What's the one guy? Vincent.
Vincent Boone. He's doing a backflip, and
then
Eddie
just
kicks him in the back.
Smacks the shit out of him with his Esquire. Bam!
Get down.
Get down! This ain't gymnastics.
You know what this is, son? F-bomb bonus. Thanks, Tom.
God bless you. God bless you. No, he really does. Eddie has great stage presence, but it's not like like that's just kind of him. You know what I mean? That's why it's so great, right? Because when he flips the switch, it's just like, oh,
man,
that's just kind of him.
I mean, it's him. I think that Mayor McCheese says he doesn't know why he hasn't popped yet. I think this record is going to be the pop.
I think he is popping too. He's selling out places like in that
Killing
tier.
it.
I mean, it's weird now, right? Because it's like we talked about this. It's not the same as like, oh, you got a song, you got a giant record deal and the song on the radio.
Yeah.
He's kind of done it organically, which is kind of amazing to see.
Well, it's kind of, we were talking about this the other day. It's no longer the days of, oh, well, you know, they find you in a bar and then they say, hey, we're going to give you a record deal and all this. It's like he has to go through 10 years of building this whole thing, getting it to the point where he could record everything on his own and do it really fucking well, too, because his last record sounded phenomenal.
And he's got a thing, right? Like he's got a sound, you know?
A sound, everything. He's got it all dialed in. And then they're like, okay, now that you've done all that, here's a record.
Guys, we'd love to have you.
Now we'd love to have you in our
We'd
studio.
love to capitalize on all your hard work. We'd like to make some real money on everything you've built over this decade.
And we're not talking about Easy Eye Sound. We're talking just in general about the world, music world at large.
Yeah, our boss would be like, Eddie, we saw your friends talking shit, and
like,
your deal's done, bud.
Sorry, pal.
We didn't mean it, Dan.
Dan, I swear.
Dan, we want to come visit.
The record's gonna be great, Dan. I know it will.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Your new record's gonna be awesome.
We
No
didn't
rain.
mean you guys.
No flowers. Sing it, Johnny. No rain. No flowers.
Listen, Homegrown Son made a good point. He says Eddie is perfect opening act. He's like, his high energy gets the crowd rocking and leaves the morning more so the headliner. I mean, he kind of is for that. Like, because how many times have you seen an opening act and you're just like bored to tears?
There's so many bands right now that are on like what we'll call the come up, and they are probably ranked higher than Eddie at the moment, and I'm like, it's so boring. I'm like, a bunch of loitering on stage. The songs have zero to give. They're just kind of there. Can't deal with it, dude.
Bro, okay, I saw the Recklay Strays where I had VIP tickets to chat one-on-one with them. I asked them if they like Eddie, and they said they love him and broke into singing 3 a.m. in Chicago. I'm going to see the Recklay Strays, and not this Friday, but next Friday with Elijah. I need to hit up Eddie and be like, hey, bro, call your boys.
Call your boys.
Because I'm at the very back right now. Because
I was showing.
I can't, you know.
I showed Skylar the Red Clay Strays last night. I was like, "Yeah, Johnny's really into them," and she's like, "I don't like that guy's face." I was like, "Damn." Like
brutal.
I know. I was like, "What did he do?"
Brutal.
Like, I was like,
the singer?
"Yeah." She was like, "I don't know why he's doing." I was like, "Well, it's like Johnny Cash. That's what Johnny Cash looked like when he was
He
young."
kind of wants to be Elvis.
I can see that.
He loves Elvis.
I see it. I see it walking the line.
That dude can sing though, man.
But
Like at first I wasn't like I don't. There were a band that I had to listen to a few times.
Oh yeah.
But then I was like, oh wow, I
It's
get
good,
it. I
though.
really like it.
Yeah.
You know. And I also enjoyed their Burt Kreischer podcast, even though sometimes I find Burt Kreischer annoying. But it was funny in this. He starts crying. I know. He's like, they're singing. He's putting on sunglasses and crying. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, Bert's falling off. We don't have to get into the Rogan sphere, though.
Jack Stowe says, here's a question. How many times do you find the opening acts outperform the main? I think it's kind of rare, honestly.
Is it rare?
You got a lot working against you as the opening act. Usually the sound isn't as good on purpose because they don't want you sounding like amazing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying to make it horrible, but like if you notice opening acts, you won't understand like the lyrics as well. They won't be quite as loud because your brain just is wired to like louder is better.
It's that whole Live Aid thing with Queen where their manager was like, push it up.
Bump it up. We want more DBs. But I mean, like, it does happen, right? Like, there's speaking of ZZ Top, there's famous stories about that they did that to a lot of bands, like upstaged bands in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, what's the band that does the Anagata like Iron Butterfly or some? There's some story that's like, and then they blow them out. I'm like,
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
You
Like
know.
I see ZZ Top and then I see that shit get on stage. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I don't.
But I just know I've heard a bunch of like these urban myth kind of stories where ZZ Top upstages the opening act. I have seen it where I enjoy, and I won't say they upstaged them. I'll say I enjoyed the opening act more. I've been to I've gone to big shows because, you know, when it was 2 or 3 bands and it was like the middle band that I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
But the headliner is the one that's gonna play forever.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that I feel like you start to see that. You see it with like a lot of legacy artists, and I say legacy, but it's like there was a bill the other day where it was like Stone Temple Pilots, the Flaming Lips, and I forgot who the other band was, but it was just like it was a confusing bill because each one of the artists you kind of look at and you're like, well, I mean, I would go and see the Flaming Lips or Stone Temple Pilots. I forgot who the middle band was, but I was like, I don't really care about that shit.
Tom says, as a sound man, that isn't true. We restrict the volume usually, but never affect the tone. Well, that's what I mean. Like, just being quieter
Oh yeah.
is the first hurdle to work against, right? But I absolutely have played opening shows where the band had their own sound man, and it's tailored and clear and wonderful. And then it's the opening act. You know, I just don't think all the time, and I'm not saying you would do this, Tom. I don't think you would do it. But, you know, sometimes there's just not as much. I don't think they're, like, purposefully saying, this is going to suck. We're taking all the mids out. I don't think it's that. I just think it's, like, not as much attention to detail.
John, the opposite I had when I saw Everclear being opened by the Ataris, and the Ataris blew Everclear away.
But it was real amps versus modelers.
Everclear was using old modelers, and their sound just wasn't dialing right somehow. But the real amps can always sort of get through.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes the open acts, they're just not as good, right? Like, so they don't have their sound as dialed in as the big acts. But
I do think,
you know,
there's
I mean, I've done a lot of opening for national acts, and you know, there's very few times where, you know, I mean, like, in that, you know, you use the opening act to work out some of the bugs.
I mean, you know, hey,
But it should be that way, right? Like, if you've made it and you got your own sound dude who's like tailored, locked into you, of course you can't put as much time into the opening guy. Yeah. But all that to say, I think the sound is rarely as good for the openers.
You know, I think a great example of that I've seen was we went and saw the Chili Peppers and the Strokes open up for them, and it was awkward to see the Strokes in such a big venue, but they did kill it. Like, it sounded and felt great, and they had like a great stage presence and energy. Obviously the Chili Peppers are like 20 years older than them, so when they came out it was like a different vibe. It was just an odd pairing, I think, and sometimes that can get you too, you know.
Jack said he loved the openers for Whiskey Myers. I don't think that loving the openers takes away anything from that, which is what Jack's saying, you know, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I probably think there's probably a lot more big acts now who are probably a little more
Yeah.
We bringing you out with us because we love you and we want you to.
Well, I think it was Sturgill or Tyler Childers. One of them was talking about, because they've gotten so huge, right?
Yeah.
Like they've reached that
Right.
level where it's not like seeing one of them open for the other would probably seem a little awkward. It'd be like, oh, but they both have gone on record to say, we don't care. We like enjoy playing together and enjoy being together and stuff that much. They would do it. And I think, that you run into that whenever you get to a certain level. Is you're so big that it's kind of awkward for you to open up for other bands,
I do think that, but that's when you get like the co-headlining tours, and they take turns, like who goes second first. Sometimes, right? But I don't know. And it also, right, like if you're to the level where you got the same sound guy every night because they're your people, and you're bored, like you're like that big of a show.
Yeah.
And then you get an opener, and whether it's the same guys running it or not,
Yeah.
there's just no way they never heard you before. There's just no way it's gonna be.
It would be a
That's
cool
good.
tour if they did something like that. This is just me kind of blowing smoke out there. If you had the Wallflowers and the Counting Crows and the Black Crows, and you did a tour like that, that'd be your wet dream, dude. That'd be like nuts.
I
That'd
would
be
enjoy
pretty
that.
cool.
I don't feel like the Black Crows fit with either of those other bands.
No, I don't think so either. I think it would be a little awkward, but it would still be
And they
like
would probably be like, you guys are bitches.
pussies.
We hate you.
Chris Robinson's like, I'm going back to drinking. Fuck this.
I do think the Black Crows and the Counting Crows will be a fun show, and they'd probably all figure out a way to just like get drunk together.
I could see the jam element maybe being something that
It's
could
just
work.
fundamentally different. Like Black Crows is such like rock, like hippie rock and roll, and like 60s,
Hard, like big guitar tone.
big guitar tone and like riffs, and then you got
To where like the Counting Crows
like,
is like a little bit thinner
they got a
sound.
little bit of that, but it's
Not
a little
much.
more like Americana.
Well, that's where I'd say
lots
wouldn't
of
it
layered
be
guitars
cool
and-
if they like super grouped it up every night at the end and they just like powered through some shit.
I used to have this live recording of the Black Crows, or not the Black Crows, the Counting Crows, doing all these covers.
Yeah.
And they were like kind of like harder rock than they sort of do. Like old like classic rock songs and like old like Cream and a Tom Petty tune, and they're doing like a Leonard Skinner song. You know what I mean? And it's pretty awesome.
It's kind of like Train
Yeah.
with the Led Zeppelin thing.
That
You
guy
hear
can
that
sing,
and
man.
you're like, damn, like that's actually
That
surprisingly good.
dude can sing. Mayor McChee says the Black Crows played Music Fest 2 days ago. I do think the Black Crows are kind of amazing. I like them. Add Sheryl Crow. Oh my God! So if you had Sheryl Crow and the Counting Crows and the Black Crows, Crow Fest,
Whole lot of crow,
tour of the Crow.
eating crow.
My God. Well, there you go. There you go. I mean, there's got to be more Crow bands too.
Oh yeah, there's a lot out there. We
who
can
knows?
find more. I'll tell you this. Somebody said Philip Sace could probably blow anybody away he supported. I've seen Philip Sace play live, and that man beats the hell out of a guitar. Like he is
I will say,
rough, dude.
we saw him at the PRS thing.
Yeah.
And it was like the Mark Letary band and Philip Sace, and there was what's his name, Dave Grissom,
Yep.
and then after Philip Sace was literally John Mayer with the Mark Letary band, and then obviously PRS comes out,
Yeah.
and obviously John Mayer has much bigger hits, but the energy did drop.
Oh yeah.
because Philip Sace is so
Oh, I mean,
intense.
he was.
Did
like,
they jam together?
I don't think so.
It's kind of surprising to me that they
Yeah.
wanted to do a thing with Sace and John Mayer.
I think that would have been cool because Philip Sace is more my speed of guitarist. Like, there's a lot
We'll
of.
talk
raw,
about here's a great
you know?
obviously he can do the Stevie Ray Vaughan thing, and he's more the intense. Like his right hand
Oh,
keeps
yeah.
moving, and it's like he's one of the few guys you see who really is playing as hard as probably SRV really
Oh, yeah.
did, but he's still kind of got his own thing as well.
Yes.
Like
It's like he kind of
it's
took.
not-
He took SRV and Hendrix, and I think really did combine those two in a great way. Because he's got the intensity of an SRV, but he has like almost these weird moments and like creative, like twinkles of Hendrix element there. That's really cool. So,
Tom says we call it the Murderer's Crow Show.
a murder of crow, if you will.
I mean, there is the first. I think it's the first track on August and everything after is called "A Murder of One," and it's one of my favorite Counting Crow songs.
It's a sign. I saw the sign.
When I was listening to that, I think it's probably before I even started playing guitar. They have a line in that song about counting crows, and I was like, "Oh my God!" They said their band name in the song, and I don't know why I thought that was really cool as like a teenage me, but I was like, "It's so poetic."
They said the name
He's
of
a
the
modern
movie.
poet. Isn't it dumb how you're like, oh, and it is cool. But anyways, can you see Mike Campbell doing a solo on one of Sean's songs that also features Jonathan? Yes.
Holy shit, that'd be insane.
Listen, have you guys been following the Mike Campbell and Blackberry Smoke?
Yes.
They've been crushing
They've been having a lot of fun.
the
seeing
Tom
them-
Petty stuff.
Yeah.
Because, it's their albums and then Blackberry Smoke. And then obviously Mike Campbell's. I think that Charlie Starr is so like, oh my God, Mike Campbell's here with me. They're just basically, I'd be like, just come play the whole set.
Seeing Charlie Starr's Instagram every day where he's like, and
I
that's
can't-
me
he's
and
like,
Mike
"You would've-
Campbell singing.
I would have never believed it. But did you see? Okay, this is what I was getting to. On his Instagram, all these people were saying nobody could replace Tom Petty. But if you put the Heartbreakers together and let Charlie Starr come out and do it, I mean, how much would
Yes.
you pay for that?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
If you combine those two
Charlie
bands,
Starr and the Heartbreakers, my God. I mean, obviously Charlie's not leaving Blackberry Smoke, and I no one would want him to. But just doing like a little run, like just a
One
little
tour.
fun, or like maybe even just like a residency at the Ryman. Like imagine they
I
just do
would
5
go.
nights at the Ryman.
I'd go.
We would drive and
Yes.
be like, yes,
hell yes, dude. I'd
Uncle,
be like,
Uncle Mark,
Uncle Mark,
Uncle Mark,
we need to hang out.
We've never asked you for anything, but
Please.
sir.
Dude,
I have to call everybody I
you
know.
have to meet Mike Campbell.
It's never gonna happen, Sean.
You have to.
never
We're
gonna
gonna
happen.
make sure it happens. I feel like that is a
never gonna happen.
necessity. Like
I just sit at home and hold his amp and rock back and forth.
you
know?
just need to. We're gonna figure this out.
One of these days. Jack
You
says,
did-
Sean, if you were going out to get a powered speaker set and you're working with $1,500, where are you getting? Think acoustic rig and vocals.
Well, so if you I think you already have one of those towers, but if you're looking for just powered speakers, I haven't looked at how much the QSC stuff is sitting at right now. But
They're so good, but I feel like they're on the pricier
I
side.
know. I think you'd be.
The good thing is, most of them sound pretty good at this point.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes down to, are you moving them around and you throw them in the back of a trailer? Are they still going to work? But most of them, like even we talked about those altos, not the greatest speakers, but like, if you're relatively staying and kind of babying them,
Yeah.
they're probably great. You know what I mean?
Well,
but yeah,
if you just
I love QSC stuff though.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite of. But I mean, there's
The
so many
Q-
brands you can't go wrong
it's
with.
so great. I think that stuff's like near about bulletproof. That's why I'd say QSC. But let me do a little bit of research and I'll let you know. That to me would be what I would lean with though. That's just a good standard, I think. I invented an instrument called the cacophone. It doesn't sound good, but it sounds loud. Okay. All right.
Tom says for 1,500 there's a white slip. I feel like Tom knows more than us probably.
Tom can have it.
So, Tom, tell Jack what to do.
Tell him.
This is why we love you all. The mayor says I'd build Mike a guitar for free if he lets Johnny come to his house and hang out for a day. I'd probably never leave. I'd probably just say, Mike, don't you need a butler? Wouldn't you need somebody to clean up and take care of all this
just
gear?
Serve you guitars all day.
You just tell me and I'll go back to the little vault, the room by the staircase. And
You
the
hit the
video,
button.
I'm on one of those ladders and it moves. I'm wearing white gloves.
Sir?
I can't think of a worthier way to live out my days, honestly.
But Jonathan, what about your family?
They're
What
fine.
about your wife and kids?
I'll send money. It's fine.
Mike.
Write a song whose lyric and title suggests Southern Petty vibe to Mike Campbell. 50% chance to say. I mean, the only problem is getting it to him, right? I feel like he'd be super open to those kind of things. It'd just be getting it to him. I'd love to write a song with Mike Campbell. I'd like to write lyrics to a Mike Campbell song because he typically writes the music. Like Boys of Summer. I'm pretty sure he wrote all the music and then Henley writes the lyrics. But
Don
when
Henley
I
didn't
was
do
in Nashville,
shit. It was all Mike Campbell. I know it. Go ahead.
there was this rash of, the trap you fall into when you're trying to write songs in Nashville is you're constantly thinking, well, I heard that Blake Shelton is putting out a new record and he needs mid-tempo songs. And so you start trying to write for that and then you write a bunch of horrible, really crappy songs. You know what I mean? And you're like, this one's for Darius Rucker. Yeah, exactly. and you can't do that. You got to just be like, you just got to write decent songs. And if you're trying to get them to artists, you just, hopefully you get a publisher that likes you and will pitch them. But whatever, right? So I wrote a song that I've never played for anyone because I never could decide if it was worth a damn or not. But at the time, it was kind of trendy, like first off, all the country music was starting to sound like Tom Petty songs, right? Because it was kind of like there was the bro country, and then there was the stuff that just sounded like old sort of Americana rock. You know what I mean? Like that was the trend that was kind of happening, right? And a lot of people were mentioning these old like rock stars, like we were listening to blah 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 in my truck. Springsteen. Yep. I wrote one with Tom Petty, and this was before Tom Petty died. This was before everybody was like, my God, we love Tom, because once he died, and then it was just like, oh my God, we've always loved Tom Petty. He's amazing. The Johnny Come Latelys came out, but anyways,
yeah, you damn
so
right.
so I've got this old song. I've got the lyrics of it somewhere where I'd written this song, and the chorus was about listening to Tom Petty, and I don't know, maybe I should brush that off,
shine it up,
make it not so weird and cheesy.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'll have to visit it and see if it was. It's probably really bad.
You taught me how to fly.
I
You
was
showed me
learning.
it's
That's the
okay
worst
to
when you
be
use
free falling.
only the chorus, only the words of the titles of the
Yeah,
songs.
that's
Like you
just
can do it a
lame.
little bit. You can
do
do it like once.
More than that, though.
But you're like, I'm only gonna use title. Yeah, I mean, it gets
I've got a southern accent. Can't you see?
underrated Tom Petty song in my opinion.
Great
Southern
song.
accent, great song.
Great song.
Great song. Mayor said John and his whole family living in the servants' quarters. Eli learns how to be a guitar butler and serves guitars to Mike's kids. I mean, listen, again,
He would crush it.
that's not a horrible idea.
I
It's
think
not horrible.
Elijah would have that stuff down pat.
I mean, Elijah is basically my guitar butler.
Mr. Campbell?
And listen, I'm not going to ask Christy to go hand me a guitar. I'm not. But Elijah? Absolutely. Like, if it's in the stand.
It's better than saying, go get Dad a beer. I mean, come on. That's way cooler to be like, I used to give Dad his guitar.
I would never do that. No, I'm just kidding.
Go get me a damn beer, boy.
Hey, you know where the whiskey is? No, no.
And don't go in front of the TV.
Don't take a sip. Stop. No, it's, but, Elijah could totally be a guitar butler right now. Mary She says, I think Tom clearly means a lot to you, and I bet that song is a good representation of your affinity. I'd love to hear it. I'm going to work it up. I'm going to work on it. Good morning, Tony. Where do we find the pics Elijah took last Friday? You know what? We just put them on Christy's computer. He took some really good pictures.
He did a great job.
I'll remind me. I'll send you some, but yeah, I need to put them up because he took some really good pictures. I was kind of shocked how. I mean, I expected one or two to be decent, but like, I don't know. I feel like he's got the framing. Like he doesn't understand all the technical stuff quite yet, but like the framing of it, you know,
how to
what I
make
mean?
somebody look cool, and that's
It's
like a
and like
big
the
deal.
angles and
Yes.
like because sometimes people
Exactly.
take pictures of you and they're like, my God, did you not think about any
Let
of
me
the
shoot
angle?
downward
Shoot-
straight up at
exactly.
you.
And,
It's like
you know.
see up your nose. It's like, oh, thanks.
Have we gotten the SC model NF53 yet?
Nope, but I believe we got a couple on order.
Yeah, I believe we do.
If my PRS rep would respond to me.
No.
Bang. No.
Send it over and we'll add the Rickenbacker 12 string. That's not a bad idea.
I like that.
Building the RV7 says a young Bobby Hancock in the making. Listen, Bobby Hancock, God bless that man. I had to play the other day before we did First Friday. I had to play at the Woodpeckers, the minor league baseball team in Fayetteville. I had to go do their Thursday. Well, I didn't have to, but they'd asked me if I would do it, and I was like, yeah, cool. And so, but I asked Bobby about it because he's done that gig before with Whiskey Pines, and I was like, hey, dude, is it like what's the load-in like? And he was like, just come and get my giant cart. He's like, because it's like a mile walk. And I would have been so screwed if he had not told me that. Bobby saved me. And one of my towers died. He's like, I don't know if you'll need 2 towers. He was like, take mine just in case. And it was, Bobby saved me. He saved my life.
That's pretty
They're
cool.
actually in my truck to return to him today. I was like, God bless you, Bobby. So
Bobby, you're all right.
Bobby's looking for a cheap pedal train classic. If anybody's got one. They want to sell or trade or donate.
I'm gonna look around the house. I don't think I have a classic that's like not. I got 2 pedal boards like an idiot, but I'm using both of them.
I mean, me too.
unfortunately.
I know. I got one of those, but
Yes.
I use that one a lot.
know.
Or I'd just
I
give
got
him
my
that
main
one.
board, and then I got a board for.
We had a
bass and
giant
drums.
one we tried to give him, but he said Tim would just sleep on it because it is probably big enough for Tim to sleep in. Todd Roy, what's up, man?
What do we got here?
Always good to see Todd Roy.
We got Todd Roy. We got Lexington Daniel.
We got basically everyone. Everyone's here.
Hey, Todd.
Mighty
Hi,
Woodruff says
John.
Bobby really is a gift in our music community. Let's don't go getting all sappy.
We're getting a little deep now.
No, he is. He is. As is the mighty Woodrow himself.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you kidding
As
me?
is the mighty Woodrow.
Everybody, I talked to somebody the other
A
day.
senior statesman. I don't mean you're old. I just mean, always been a telly guy. Nothing wrong with that. Tellies are like the pureness of guitar. Like electric guitar,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't feel like it gets more pure.
I'm on a big telly.
Other things
kick
do
right
different things.
Yeah.
But it's hard to beat a nice, good Telecaster unless you're playing slide.
I love a telly.
Sean and I,
Ooh,
we've had the curse of
Yes.
Uncle Larry. We've
You-
both discovered
slide on a telly.
it's tricky for some reason.
It's weird.
Uncle Larry, don't come at us. This is from Uncle Larry. And then we both talked, and we're like, God. And here's the funny thing, is my telly was my number one slide guitar until I refretted it.
And then you were like,
But it basically was like 0 frets. Before, you know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't realize that until I had it refretted. And now I've got it back now where I can play slide, but it is my least favorite guitar to play slide on. It's my favorite probably just to play. And I play it less because I've started playing more and more slide.
yeah.
Poorly. My mediocre slide
No.
playing. Yeah.
Your slide playing. I think
It's okay-ish.
you've harnessed
Something.
the element of slide over the last few years. Like you were great before, but now I see you're kind of grabbing the whole thing. You're like, all right, in a cool way. Like it's actually, I feel like you're on it now. If that makes sense.
Well, I've always had it as I can do some neat things and have a moment. But now I feel like I'm starting to
There's a
become
fluency.
way more comfortable
Yeah.
in general.
Like you make that slide talk.
Oh, remember, she says, John, use an LP with a Fender nut width for slide. I'd be okay with an LP with a LP nut width. Any kind. But yeah, that would be cool. I do find myself, like when I play slide on the Strat a ton,
Yeah.
and I rock it around there's a slight movement with the radius. And then when I play on something flatter, it takes me a second to I'll rock it back and then miss the note. It's really subtle, obviously. But I just do it without thinking about it.
That's what I noticed playing for this gig with Chelsea was
Mm-hmm.
like on that telly, compared to playing like anything really in the shop that is like 335 SG, anything like that, no issues. On the telly though, I am like rocking to get the B and high E, and then up to the G. It's like I really am trying to match that radius and curvature more.
So I had trouble at first on the 335 because it's not that crazy flat. It's just a 12, right? But still, on the flat stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the muting is important no matter what, but the muting gets so much more important because you got to leave your slide flat the whole time, or you miss that note. Where on the telly you can just kind of rock it back.
Yeah.
And it's like a little less. Okay, that's kind of cool that Con said he bought Bobby and Tim live music shirts established 2012 Southern Pines, North Carolina. That's kind of awesome. I feel like they should print up a bunch of some.
I like it.
Let's see. What did Tom say? Had I tried a lap steel? Yeah, man. My problem with lap steel is I'm fundamentally lazy, and I always play in standard tuning. And I guess I could tune a lap steel to standard tuning. It just seems kind of like a waste.
Yeah.
But I'm always playing slide in standard tuning, and I have not messed with it. I mean, I've played around in open tunings, but not taking time to be like, oh, I can play all the cool licks in standard tuning or in open tuning.
I
So
like.
that's what's got me.
I find I was teaching some songs that were in Dad Gad, obviously like Kashmir, stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, it's kind of cool that it's one note away from being open D tuning, right? You just tune that G string down to the F sharp.
Yeah.
I started doing that, and then I messed around with it some last couple of weeks, and I'm like, that's kind of fun. Because you think about it differently. It's like, obviously you can do just the one note slide ups, but like playing lead lines is kind of fun because I'm just leaning into things where it's like, well, the minor pentatonic line's up here, but it's going to be a little different. And like, I just kind of listen and hear what's happening.
You can, and I can take the time to think through it. I don't know. Dad Gad's the only one I've ever gotten into, but that was 20 years ago probably.
Yeah.
I went through a phase. It was right after I moved to Charleston, didn't have anybody to play with. I'm just playing alone all the time, and I was like, oh, Dad Gad, let's try it.
Yeah.
But, why not? Why not?
Do you use one of a kind of slide or switch it up? Come on, slide man.
Bam!
Boom.
Mag Slide brand, made in Wilmington, North Carolina.
You're really good about changing yours around. You gave me a mag slide that I do use at home, but I use unfortunately, the Ariel slide.
Soon to be going with that Ariel Posen Strat he's got on order. I'm just kidding. But that would be funny. And you use pretty much that, but half of it is Sean has crazy long skinny fingers.
Yeah.
So he's found one that fits.
It fits perfect. I'm like, this is great.
I have two different mag slides that I just switch out. Yeah. One's the black one. This one's this one. They do have a different coating, and they do feel and sound a little bit different. This one's brighter. The black one's darker. And I sort of like them the same. I just put different ones in my pocket, whatever. Yeah. But I've been on the kick of this one lately. But I do also love that Star Singer slide. It's just ceramic, and it will break, so I don't keep it in my pocket. But it's in my bag over there in the little wood case it comes in, and I really like playing on that one. I played with it live a few times, but I just don't have to worry about these at all live. I throw them back on since it's usually just me, I'm going back and forth constantly.
Look, it's like, on Friday, you're playing on a concrete slab, dude, and you got this one.
The Star Slinger's dead if I drop it,
Yeah, it's like over.
No, it's dead.
Yeah. But I do love the sound of ceramic as well. I think in a studio situation, ceramic all day.
Mary she says the black one is darker. Go figure. I mean, yeah, I know it should go without saying, but it'd be funny if they made the black one as the really bright coating.
Tom asked. He said, "Are they magnetic?" No, I believe the mag is for magnesium.
They're a magnesium alloy, so even though these are metal and won't break, they are like lighter than glass. This is stupidly light, and I also like the way he's got it kind of like corrugated in the side,
grooves
so it fits really well. And then it's only one side, like that side's closed in. But yeah, mag is for magnesium because it's a magnesium alloy. And that's what makes it so flippin' light and strong. And I think that is kind of awesome. Alan Mitchell says the Corseedin bottle is the only way. I got a real Corseedin bottle and a bunch of the fake ones. And I do like them. Yeah. I happen to also break them because they're made of glass. And the fake ones is not a big deal, but I wouldn't want to break my one real Corseedin bottle. So I do sit around home and play with my Corseedin bottle a lot. But unfortunately, something about some of the Corseedin bottles, it's got a seam in it. Mm-hmm. And so, you kind of got to turn that one the real one.
Yeah, it's got to be the right
way. But there probably are some without seams. I don't know. Just the one I have has a seam. And it was an actual, I've still got the Corseedin, the label of the medicine.
I've been on the hunt for one of those, but I want to find it in an antique store, just organically, stumble into one. You know who's really good at finding old bottles? And I just wanted to bring this up because I started finding his fossil page. I don't know if you follow it, but Kyle Keller, who came up here.
No, I'm just kidding.
And
we love Kyle.
Played a show with Johnny and
that was his lowest point in his career.
Jordan Foley.
Lowest point in both their careers.
I started following Kyle's fossil page, and I'm like, it's kind of cool that you can be in a creek in Florida and find a damn mammoth tooth. I'm like, that
is cool.
And then he finds all kinds of old bottles. So go check out. I think it's Wild Kyle.
You should put him on the hunt for you, of course.
Yeah. I was like, I bet he finds that shit all the time, dude. It's cool as hell.
Dude, I went on a hunt for the longest time and found all sorts of antique bottles, but I never could find. Yeah. The internet has ruined it because everyone knows what they got, and they're like a $70, which is fine. But it'd be neat to find one at a real flea market or something.
I'm gonna pull up Kyle's page. He's got a YouTube channel that you should all go and subscribe to. Because, I don't know, it just got a kick out of watching these.
While you find that.
The Wild Kyle.
The Wild Kyle, that's right.
He's
got a big following.
He does, yeah. He's got 70,000 to 80,000 subscribers, yeah. Wild Kyle. So WILDKYLE, all one word. Look him up. But it's pretty cool. And it's kind of, I find it to be pretty entertaining. I think it's neat. So, there you go. Anyways.
Okay, we got a few. First off, we got our pal, Mr. Marla himself.
Whoa.
And I want to answer his question because I think it's a good question. John says, I was hoping that at least one of you was going to pull out a pocket knife. I mean, we can pull out pocket knives, but I would never play slide with one. But that would be awesome if I played with a knife all the time. And then Garrett Rodman says, got my first slide last week, Rich Robinson's brass slide. I actually have one of those. It's awesome. It's heavy. Yeah. So if you're going to be playing with that thing, you got to make sure you got pretty, heavier gauge strings, or maybe some higher action, or probably both.
This one goes to 11.
I love that one, but it's just not as kind of nimble as as some of the glass and stuff. But I do actually really like the sound of that slide. All right, in your opinion, how many things on a staple guitar must also, Anthony? Before we go any farther, I'm gonna need one of those new like 40-watt Tweedy amps because
the new 40 watts look.
You got me.
He's the last of the 10 watts.
Not
I
that
think
you didn't have
the
me,
10
but-
watts might all be gone right now. So if you wanted a 10 watt, you got to go get it. Go follow this man on Instagram,
On
too, by
everything.
the way. YouTube, the whole nine.
Wherever.
He's pumping stuff out.
Because he's a good-looking man.
He's a great
With
looking
good-looking facial hair.
That's my boy right there.
He's got a great complexion.
That's my boy.
I'm talking. I mean, he's I don't know. He's just a good-looking dude.
He is.
He's just a good-looking dude.
He is.
Not too hairy.
He's got a mullet, dude. He inspired
Just
me
hairy
to
enough.
just go for it.
just hairy enough.
Just
That's
the
all I'm
right
saying.
amount of hair. Spicy
Just
man.
the right amount.
But
And we love him.
To his question.
To his
right?
question. Yeah. How customized and what would you change for your signature?
So, I think I always thought like, oh, I'm a Strat guy. But now I'm at a place where I'm like, I am a Strat guy. But if I were gonna do a signature model, for one, it's gonna be Antigua. That is a given.
You've bonded with the Antigua.
I'm like, I like that. That's like me all day. Like I coded in it, dude. So, and then I've been doing like an HS telly thing. I think I would do that, and I would want to modify it so that find a very nice ergonomic way to have it so that I have just a volume and a tone, master volume, master tone, and a way to have the volume knob closer so I can do volume swells.
He's got to be a man and stretch your pinky out.
Well, I do that, because I got like crazy fingers, right?
I
gotta
can
do
volume
that.
swell better on my telly.
Really?
With the not reversed, just the way they are, which makes it,
Yeah.
But I can volume swell better on my telly. Part of it for me is the neural knob. And I've played a telly so long, my pinky just fits there. I can do full on wah, wah, wah,
This
and I have
thing-
trouble with the Strat sometimes.
This thing
It's
has
just not doing it as
the
much.
witch hat.
Oh.
knob, so it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
Because you don't realize how small the head of that knob is.
You should put a neural knob just on the one volume.
That'd actually be kind of dope. I might do that.
So
That'd
for
be
swells,
kinda
just for
sick.
swells.
Stuff like that. I love the humbucker in the neck and single coil in the bridge. I mean, outside of that, what else would I do? Brass saddles, rosewood board. Pretty much there, you know what I mean? Like, there's not much else I'd want to change. I would just want maybe something like that. I'd want to figure out what the combination is for me to be able to do swells better, and then, man, I think that's really it. A 9.5 radius, too. That,
Yeah.
I think, is something I didn't realize until I played some of the 7 1/4 for a while, that I was like, no, I like 9.5 a lot.
We have had a few, like, we had that Carina body telly.
Yeah.
And like some mahogany body tellies. I think I would want to kind of split the weird difference between a telly and Les Paul.
Yeah.
Maybe like I could do both humbuckers or like a humbucker and a P90. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want just the volume and tone and the switch laid out like a traditional telly.
Yeah.
Maybe a thin line.
Yeah.
But I could see doing like a mahogany body or something.
Dude.
But then I'd want the normal kind of telly vibe on the neck, and then I'd want the fender scale.
Yeah. You bringing that up, that actually solidifies the thing, too, is that I would want it to be semi-hollow. I'd want it to be a thin line with
There's
the
something
F-hole.
neat about that,
That would be sick as shit to me.
Binding probably for
Yes.
me.
Binding.
I don't want contours. I just want telly body with binding.
Yeah. With the Antigua, I wouldn't do the binding on, but if I had the
No.
F-hole,
You don't need it with that.
Yeah.
But
it would be. That sounds nuts, though. Like,
I mean, that would be really cool. There's probably some other things I can think about, but I do think it's lame sometimes when it's just a color scheme and it's a strap
yeah,
or whatever.
that's it.
I mean, not lame, but I thought that for a long time. I was like, man, I'm boring because I would just want this model guitar, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. Now, it's not as lame as if like, okay, so like for example, like the Mark Knopfler Strat, that's just like he's known for that old vintage Strat with that color. Like doing one with that specs, if you're that like level of icon, like a first generation rock star kind of thing, that's fine. But otherwise, you got to do something cool. I was gonna say too. Jamie B said, "Sorry, I hit send accidentally." He says, "Always been a telly guy, but just bought a custom shop 58 Strat heavy relic with fat 50s, and I'm a convert." I mean, that's a killer guitar. I still would probably say I'm a Tele guy, but I play my Strat a lot because it's just really good and it sounds great and the pickups are amazing. And it's a ton easier for me to play slide on. But at some point we have to do some fret work to it because it's getting there.
Baby.
It didn't need new frets yet. I don't think it just needs some, some polishing and some crowning. Polishing and crowning. Bean Lamb says Sean and I are working on a tele build that sounds a lot like what he's talking about.
I was gonna say.
You son of a.
What you got going on over there? Talking about you. It's that, but I think a little bit doper.
Sorry, man. Your tele. They said they shipped it, but it never got here.
Never got here.
It's so weird. But better luck on the evil pumpkin.
Damn. Solid body or semi-hollow? Well, it depends on the day of the week. But right now, I'm thinking semi-hollow because I am like.
I mean, I love both, right? You
I
play
love both.
and there's such a place for both.
Yes.
Right? Every time I get in the habit of playing one, I miss the other one. Like if I'm in a fender kick right now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even touch my 335 at First Friday, which was kind of dumb. But I don't know. And if I start a show with a guitar and I'm just feeling it,
I won't put it down.
because I have plans to change guitars, and then I'm like, you know what? Why?
I do it
I
every
brought
time.
3 guitars.
Yep.
And I just
I'm the same exact way, dude. I'll start playing some and I won't stop. The thing that I like about a semi-hollow right now is I have this obsession with feedback and having like all these harmonic tone, like, and it's similar to what me and Anthony at Marla have been working on is this idea of feedback in an amp and these true harmonic present things. I'm really excited to show that off. Sorry, I got the hiccups right now. But super excited for that. And if I have a guitar that is semi-hollow to go and run through it and with it, it's pretty cool. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that Reverend that sweet Jack Stowe sent me is not semi-hollow necessarily. Well, it's got those cutouts in it. And it does something that's kind of cool. It's got like this weird resonance.
I forgot about that.
So
that's cool.
I'm all over that.
I was just going to say that Hoss says Antigua is the Cybertruck of colors.
I don't think so. I think the Silver Sky would be the Cybertruck.
Oh my god!
Of like guitars, honestly. Like
I don't know. That might be more like just Baxter's straight Tesla.
Just regular
X model.
Tesla.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I agree. The Kingfish Tele Deluxe is killer.
Yes, it is.
It is very cool. Joe Rinaldi finally called a stream live. We're glad to have you, Joe. That's awesomeness. Okay, here we go. Garrett Rodman said, picked up a red llama last week. I'm disappointed. I'm just kidding. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't own it before. Pairs very well with my 17 Gretsch Penguin. Here's my question for you. First off, did you get the newest mini one? Because that's the one I have. And I'd like to have an old big box one, even though my mini one's awesome. But I'm wondering how you run it, because that pedal is, and I hate to even say this because it makes me a loser, but it's how people talk about it. Klon, that pedal is amazing. Yeah. With just the drive like way down, not off, but like way down, and then the volume up. Like it is, and it still has a character to it, right? Yeah. Some guitars, I like the gain up, and I like the thing that the llama does. Yeah. Some guitars, it gets way too woolly for me. So I've found myself running it at the end of my overdrives. Yeah. And it's like my happy boost. But then occasionally I'll run it by itself because it just does this really good edge breakup thing. Yeah. But with the volume up pretty good, the gain like way below 9 o'clock. Like, Yeah. If the knob was 1 to 10, it'd be like 1.5 or 2, So I'm wondering, Garrett, how do you put yours?
I'll say this. I didn't see Johnny light up as much as I saw him light up when my friend David was on the stage and he said, "Man, somebody must have a Way Huge endorsement." Johnny said, "Not yet, but I'm on the way."
You know who does? Our Paladin Oddball. He's got a Way Huge endorsement. Dude. He's friends with the Red Clay Strays. He's a Gibson artist. He's living our life. He's living our life.
Damn it.
But he also is very talented, so it's fine.
I think you're on the way. You're going to be friends with a Way Huge guy. You're going to be a Way Huge artist. Then you're going to be friends with
Mr. Dunlop.
the ghost of David Allen Coe.
George is still around. George is still there. He's
So-
still there. But, you know. Let's see. Garrett says, yes, I got the smalls. Have between my Hudson broadcast, which is mainly and always on before my JHS. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I like it before all that stuff too, but it's a really good, like, if you want to actually be a little louder for stuff and not totally lose the tone of everything before it. Red Llama's pretty darn good. Now listen, here is DB says he likes his way huge camel tail. I always thought those were kind of awesome. What was I gonna say? Oh, as far as Sean saying he hasn't seen me much happier, tell you what made me happy is on Friday I ran the M80
Oh.
and the
Big.
Twilighter in wet dry.
Tone.
And listen, the only everything delay, you know, whatever, only went through the Twilighter.
Yeah.
And then the M80 was bone dry the whole time. And I'm tell you what, and I had them pretty much parity, like volume.
It was.
And the sound guy
glorious.
was like, "Which one do you want first?" I was like, "No, they're both on all the time."
Same volume.
Bam,
Match
make them right. And listen, I don't know if I can not do it now.
It was pretty glorious.
I mean, I was outside. I could be loudish. I wasn't
It
horribly
sucks.
loud.
It
but,
sucks when you do something like that and you know it's better. You're like, shit, dude. It sounded great.
I hate it because I hate it because I rarely am that happy with a 1 amp tone. And now I'm like, damn it, 2 amps.
It looked cool as shit. It sounded cool as shit.
I couldn't stop smiling. That was, you know, even if everything had gone to hell,
That would have been dope.
I was like, man,
That
this
still
sounds
would have
great.
been dope.
And I've got my little baby like you know, M80, baby M80, and the amulet, and I think I could get a similar effect, like much quieter.
Yeah.
Like, and I might try that. I'm going to play with my friend Alex in near Atlanta in September, and I might take that little rig, amulet, baby M80, and see how it works out. You know what I mean? Same thing, keeping the baby M80 dry, letting the amulet do all the reverb. I don't know. If I start showing up to fill in Whiskey Pines dates, 2 amps. And also, I must say, I enjoyed splitting it without any sort of like, you know, ABY box. I just came out of my MD200, the second channel, you know, the B, like the A and B, the stereo.
Do you think the ABY pedals are a little bit of a gimmick in a world where we live with enough pedals that have 2 independent outputs?
Well, I mean, you know, obviously, if you want to be able to switch between them and then occasionally have them both on,
Yeah.
that gives you a functionality.
Sure.
But I
you
almost
want
think
them both
unless
on.
you buy a crazy one, I kind of feel like maybe you lose a little something.
I think so too.
And that is just, could be psychological. I could be crazy. But that's just my vibe that I feel, having tried it both ways, because I almost didn't do it because I've tried 2 amps before and been unhappy because I didn't have enough time to like get it all right.
Phase stuff.
But I knew I was going to have obviously a decent sound man. You know, Dave's great. And I knew I was going to not have to worry with that part myself.
Yep.
And I just thought, well,
Let's do it.
I was like, worst case is I unplug one. You know?
You know.
But man, it was.
You walked.
I just hate that it was so much better. Con, building RV7, you were there. I would like to know. I'd like some out. I mean, obviously you had an outside opinion because you heard it.
Oh yeah.
But I'd like some outside opinions.
I thought it was great, man. I thought it kicked total ass.
Bill RV7 says, I love the Tone Master Pro with headphones, and my wife is working from home. I can still play and not worry about disruption. Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of amazing, actually. Says this Melee says, I thought you were going to say you went for a run. No. Jesus. No. Kevin says, Green Rhino MK2, not 11. Into my Red Llama 25th anniversary model is Lord. Yeah, I've got that going in. You might have been the one who told me to try that initially, actually, Kevin. Because I had the Red Llama first, and I think you said, man, put it after. And I just, I tried it. I was like, oh, it stayed that way. Maybe so. I feel like that's true. I feel like if it's not, we're going to pretend like that's true.
That's how it went down.
That's how it happened.
Con said
it
it was
me.
freaking amazing. Sounded great.
It sounded so good on stage. I hope it sounded, half as good.
Rohi, I'm not sure who this is, but they said sounded great. The bubbles in front were cool too.
Yeah.
There you go. We what else? We got Deja. I'm taking your word for it. Okay, I'm gonna be digging into some more of that. I'm trying to. Maybe you guys can help me out with this. I've been going home, and I used to, I had a season of life here in the last 9 months or so. How do you get back into like going home and being energized enough to like get extra stuff done? Like I feel like I'm just like beat. I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm sure a lot of you are gonna be like, don't drink this shit. But I'm trying to get right up. Pumpkins, baby. Ronnie S. Pumpkins. I love it. Anything you guys have? We should build a casino chat group, master built crowdfunded that is also a raffle. We all vote on the model and specs. That could be kind of cool, actually, if it was like a raffle and extra money it would be like the guitar is either paid for or it pays for the guitar up to the cost point, and then after that it goes to a charity, and then we raffle the guitar off.
That's actually a great idea.
That's
a great idea.
I like that.
That was kind of like Surrender's idea that we still need to do with the not a double. At some point we need to get that done.
We're also going to be kicking up and doing some videos here soon.
Yeah, we can't be lazy forever.
It's been a wait, but get ready. It's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be worth the time we took.
Yes.
To retool a little bit.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do?
Okay. People are giving me answers here. Let's see what we got. Espresso is much cleaner push than energy drinks. Okay. Amphetamines. Thank you, Ned.
Hell yeah.
Mark Stanton said, take a vacation. I can't really afford that right now, but we'll get there. I got a honeymoon maybe.
But amphetamines are cheap now.
Amphetamines are cheap.
Listen, this was my little green drink this morning. Lots of veggies, a little hydration thing.
Yeah.
Water.
Lots of sugar.
And then there's there was no sugar in this. Mayor's right. Okay. It bogs you down.
Go on a long walk and listen to an audiobook while hitting my vape and walking my dog. When I get back, I feel a lot better, ready to do stuff. I like that. I don't hit my vape, but I get you. That might be pretty juicy for your channel. Any extra funds charity? Yeah.
I think that would be cool. I think the graphical is great, and doing it that way is a great idea, especially since we're about to have the big G.
Get ready.
The big G.
The big G. That's
right. Glary guitars.
Glary instruments. How'd you know?
Whatever you want for $159. Whatever
Father
you're gonna have.
and son guitar hour. All right. Well, thank you guys for that. I'm gonna no caffeine after 2 p.m. Limit sugars. Sleep 8 hours at night. See, the sleep thing is probably my biggest issue. Me and Johnny have talked about this before.
Sleep will get you, man. Sleep gets you.
I'm like, whoa.
You have not. I will tell you this: get all your sleep in.
Yeah.
Before you have kids.
Because it goes away.
It's just like, geez. It's not so good. I like this whole espresso and Zen.
I like I'm gonna kick over to espresso. It
is good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Alex Holden's got some great ideas.
He does.
March some of them out Colombian marching powder.
Yes. Nose beers. That's what I'm missing.
Sleep is so good. I mean, Todd Roy also has some nice just a little meth occasionally.
See, that's what I'm looking for, Todd Roy. The thing like today, then I'll be like, ah!
I just see you in that scene where he brings in the meth to the guy that's selling it, the crazy meth head guy, and he like breaks it with a knife and is like, oh my god, yeah,
that's great shit, man.
I need to rewatch Breaking Bad. But anyways,
vitamin B. I am taking B complex right now.
That stuff is good. All those things are good. I need to just move. I need to work out a little more because I think I would just feel happier. John says you could get a butler if only you were Mike Campbell. This is actually a good question. Are you physically tired or just burnt out? Because those things are a bit different and they kind of masquerade as each other sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But you know how you can be pleasantly physically tired?
Yeah.
Like if you do go work out and you're like, oh, I'm exhausted, but man, I feel good. Or you can just be like, fuck life. I just hate everything. Definitely. I'm exhausted.
That
there's a
difference
thing, you know.
I've been fighting that for the last few months and being like, because it's like I have just enough energy to be like I have to get these things done, kind of thing. So, yeah.
I mean, but I mean, you know, real talk. That's a good question. You know what I mean?
It is a good question.
Like,
yeah,
because it's different.
There
you
are
know?
two different things. Yeah.
Chris says we could have the casino workout chat. That is my problem half the time is the accountability. Because, you know, when you feel a little burnt out and you're tired and you get home and I'm just like, lay on the couch and play my guitar laying there. At least I'm not. I'm not.
I'll do stuff like
I
that.
still guitar play.
You know, I like dip into a video game rarely, but every once in a while I'll sit there and like try and play something and I'll be like, fuck.
See, I only play if I play a game, it's with the kids. But the kids hadn't even really been playing much video games lately. But now, the doom scroll thing, I've been trying to like have my phone down. Yeah. Like when I come home, just put it somewhere. I just forget about it.
Me and Skylar were reading this thing about how it's like if you go home and you put on a TV to like kind of distract yourself, and then the next thing you know, you're on your phone doom scrolling. And you just got all this stuff going on,
and you didn't get anything, and you don't feel better. You're not really entertained.
You're just
you didn't
there.
learn anything. I gotta research this thing, you know.
No, yeah, you're just.
I went down the rabbit hole. I mean, yeah, you're not. You're probably no better off for it. Like, and then that way, when you do it, be a little. Oh, I want to look at this thing, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Long as Baxter isn't stuck in it.
Scroliosis. I like that. That's funny.
The world famous casino guitars massage chair. Word's getting out.
Word is getting
Can't
out.
let people know what we're
plan.
doing in here.
I know.
You know, one day, here's what makes me sad. One day, that chair's got a lot of hours on it at this point. One day it's gonna have its last.
Feeling the heat, dude.
I think she's feeling burnout because I can tell. Because sometimes it's like, oh, we're done. I'm not resetting, and you're stuck in zero gravity mode.
I haven't sat in that thing in probably
Sean,
8 months.
That's the problem.
Well,
there's the problem.
I need to go sit in that thing.
Now we know
the healthcare plan.
Now we know the problem. Outside is really good. You can't discount the value of being in the great wide world of nature.
I like it.
If I miss my sort of outside time,
eats at you a little bit.
It makes me you know, subconsciously I can just be I need to go outside.
I like it.
And sometimes a little physical work outside. It's kind of nice. I know you and I both kind of have similar thoughts on that. Yeah. But it's funny because not just any work, right? Like if I work in my own yard, I'm like, oh, this sucks. But you know, like kind of fun work, if there is such a thing. You know,
spandex and cowboy boots.
We are getting closer to Sean's day.
We're a month away. Exactly.
Are we exactly a month away?
Exactly 1 month away.
I think we went suit shopping.
We did.
My new best friend is Sean's dad.
Old James
He even came to visit us yesterday.
He did. He stopped
I was like,
by.
oh, it's an old pal.
Yeah, he's like, let's hang out for a bit.
We're showing him things. We're hanging out, doing cocaine back here. No, we didn't do that.
Duke Energy's like, yep, we got to fire that guy.
Oh, yeah.
You're out of here.
But anyways, I think I did not find a suit when we were gone, but I think I'm going today.
Yeah.
I think I'm going this afternoon to look at some other places.
He went to Men's Warehouse on his own. I told him, I was like, I'll go with you. And he went
that's
and did
that high-end stuff.
I know. He's living
like
the life of luxury.
With the Kohl's.
Don't worry, we got our suits at H&M.
That's true. But they don't make suits for my kind there. The hosses.
As my stepmom
no
put
hoss
it,
section.
They don't make clothes for regular people.
You know, if you're Sean or Baxter, your brother Cameron,
Twink size.
It's fine all day long. Bean Lamb says, so I just took delivery of a Squire Classic Vibe Jaguar. The Jag, to use as a modding platform. Never touched a Classic Vibe before. I'm shocked by how good it is. They're great, dude.
I played a Classic Vibe all day Friday at that gig. I've been playing it. I play it out on Chelsea's gigs. They're awesome. It's the one, sweet Mark Stannon gave me that Antigua telly, and it is glorious. It's awesome.
And it sounded great.
It sounds awesome.
Like, because he had some pretty killer pickups in there.
Curtis Novak pickups in there.
So. Mary McShees actually did think of your idea. Get a suit from the Salvation Army, or here it's mostly like, you know, I know it's not the same, but we got a giant Goodwill. Get tailored $50. You can find us really nice suits that way.
Get a suit with torn sleeves though.
Our old pal. I feel like that's Joe Felice.
Yeah, all
torn
day.
suit.
All day, dude.
You know. Mark says, Sean, gifts. Are you registered somewhere?
We are not. don't we put on our invitations that nobody should feel, if they feel compelled, we are doing like a honeymoon fund kind of thing because we are both broke artists, but if you feel compelled, sweet Ronnie S. Pumpkins himself gave me this and a spatula. He also gave Johnny this awesome hat.
I'm not wearing it yet because I'm saving it for a special video. But I wanted to put it out here.
They got a band called Truck Stop Cowboy.
Yeah, dude.
Just put out a record, so I feel like this is in honor of that EP dropping. So go check out that EP. And if you want to send gifts, man, y'all feel free, but don't feel like you have to. Your guys' company is a gift in itself, and it's nice to have people to be like, hey.
Mark says, "I'll bet Skylar likes cash." That's right, she does. That's why Sean's marrying her.
That's right. She's hungry for it. No, it just is what it is. Congrats, Sean. I got married at 42 back in May.
Whew.
Where are you wanting to go to for honeymoon? We did Scotland and Italy.
That's cool.
We've talked about it, and we're like, well, depending on what our funds look like after we get done with the wedding, going to, like, maybe doing, like, a road trip, and then planning way later down the line to go to, like, Italy or something. Either way, we don't have passports or anything like that, but our idea was, let's go.
Just go. It's fine. They'll let you.
Sneak onto a plane.
They won't let you. They won't let you.
Where do I ship the Clapton box set?
Sir Morsky. He don't want you to just have one shot. He wants you to have, somebody said, is that a Clapton CD or
anything you guys would like to send, just send it here to the shop, and we will maybe video it and make a compilation of it. And I'll even bring Skylar in, and we'll do it together. It'll be kind of funny, because she has no idea. Like, she knows that I make fun of Eric Clapton to no end, so she saw this, and she's like, that's great.
Man, Mark Stanton's about to hit his 45th anniversary. It's
Whoa.
pretty good. I thought I was doing good, and here comes Mark. Bang! I've told you our honeymoon story before. But
I think so.
we had like a friggin' National Lampoon style. We were supposed
We're going to Wally World.
Well, we got married. We were, dumb kids still in college. Chrissy was in college. I had dropped out already. Don't worry. One of us was responsible. I had figured it out, and so we got married, and then had her like spring break or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we were supposed to go to Tybee Island off of Savannah, Georgia. Dude, we get there, and I'll spare you all the details, but we walk up to the counter, and we got married like on the beach. I wore like a white shirt and like these khaki pants, and like Chrissy's like barefoot. She was in a real wedding dress, but I still got on that, and she's got on like her veil because she had all these seashells and junk in her hair, and like I think she had switched out of her wedding dress, but it was clear that we had just been married, right? Yeah. And we walk up to the desk, this big wooden desk, and there's this guy. I can still see the dude's face. We go to this hotel that we picked out, and we didn't have any money, right? We were just like, just no money. And we were like, okay. We had I think we had 4 days at this place or something. And like I said, she had to go back to school. So walk up to the desk, tell the guy, hey, we're here. Tell him our name. He looks in this little book, and he looks up at me. He looks back down. No expression. He says, I'm sorry, your reservation has been canceled. And we have no available rooms. And then as quick as he could, that dude just turned around, walked through this little door, closed it, and locked it. I was like, holy shit. So here we are. We've just driven to Tybee Island. We just got married. We got nothing.
What the hell?
Dude, there was not one room available on Tybee Island. There was a bike rally in Savannah coming through on the way to Florida. So not one room in Savannah. I mean, I literally went or called to, I think, every hotel. Even this place that I absolutely could not afford. Nothing, dude. Nothing. So this is back before cell phone. This is 2003, So I stopped and pulled a page out of the Yellow Pages, like of hotel numbers, and I called the 1-800 number for Fairfield Inn. And this was it. After that, we were like, we'll just go home. Because we had a little townhouse we were going to rent, We were like, we'll get all sorted out, moved in, and then we'll take a trip later, And but the Fairfield Inn lady, I told her the whole thing. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And so she gave us this like little sweet thing in Hilton Head. And we stayed for, I think, 3 nights. We were like, well, and it turned out to be great fun. But dude, we spent that whole night just driving around. I don't think we got into that till like, I don't know, 2 a.m. or something. It was, I mean, it's hilarious now. It was not as hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'm sure back then it was like, fuck.
Here we are, 22 years later. But it was funny.
Why?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
Living on love, right? Ain't that what
Living
the man
on
said?
love. We were just like, okay, well, if it's starting this way, how's it? It's gonna be great. But it was good. We got through it. Lots of good fun. So yeah, have we watched the Jeff Buckley documentary?
I have not.
Me neither. But maybe we should.
I'll check it out.
No work today. We're just watching Jeff Buckley.
Jeff Buckley, baby.
Anything else crazy, Sean?
I don't think so. I think we're good. I'm just looking through all these things. Everybody's fun stories.
I know. It is kind of fun. Kind of fun.
I like it.
I like it too.
How is your vintage 335, Sean? So that gentleman is a little out of this world on that price. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm like,
there's been a few 335s. Sean has been kind of mulling over.
Yes, but
There's
also
another one that's not vintage. This is really good.
Yes, but it is back to that point of like the wedding, and I'm like, I can't really buy a guitar right now.
And we're about to have some more 335s.
We are. It's like with the big G's coming, so we're like, well, this could be. Maybe I just hold off and wait.
A nice glary 335 model.
I know. Yeah, with all these glary models coming in, it's gonna be great.
What's wrong with that?
Tom said, "Okay, guys, 120. Time to wrap it up."
Sorry, Tom.
All right.
Tom, we love you.
I reckon we will peace out, and we'll see you guys next week, I guess.
Hit like, hit subscribe,
hit the bell.
Feel free to share this thing.
Share this thing, dude. Let people know,
and don't forget, be on the watch out. Next couple weeks, some new, pretty cool videos I think coming.
Yeah.
Maybe a little different kind of stuff. So
That's right.
Getting back to it, back to the grind.
That's right, dude.
And yeah, man, we'll see you all later.
New videos, new fun things, new guitars, the big G.
The big G. I don't mean glary.
I don't mean glary.
Headed through the big D.
Whoa.
I don't mean Dallas. What a great song.
I've never been to Spain.
You have been to Spain. No, I've never been to Spain. I'd like to go to Spain.